Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to share a little
Yes.
something.
So another aha that happened on my trip. We were just sitting here talking, and something that was interesting with my husband was we got to our destination, and it was the weekend, and he's a huge golfer. And he loves watching golf. He likes playing golf, and it was our very first day that we were there, and the girls and me were like, we're going to the beach. We want to go straight there. We're here. We can see it from our room. And my husband's sitting there on the chair watching golf. And I'm like, what you doing? Why aren't you out on the beach and hanging out? And, I immediately kind of got a little upset. And, the typical kind of nagging wife what are you doing in here? Go outside. It's beautiful, this and that. And I'm thinking, as I left the room and came back, I thought, well, this is his vacation too. This is what he wants to do.
You're in your own mind with your own ideas of like what it's going to look like.
Exactly. And he's in his mind with what he wants his vacation to look like. So we both have our different ideas of what vacation looks like. Yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, well, if he doesn't sit out there with us and hang out with us and he's not enjoying his vacation and this isn't really a family vacation, again, just the whole story.
So he has to be at the beach to enjoy
his vacation, right. That's
your
my story. Yeah. And he's like, I have no idea actually what his story is.
Exactly.
I'm just assuming that this is what he's supposed to do.
Right.
So I leave and I come back in and I said, hey, you know what? I'd love for you to be out there with me. The golf is on. You can actually watch it on your phone, and I can give you my AirPods and all that stuff. You can sit on the beach and this and that. And he's like, oh, great idea. So it's like I kind of solved this problem.
Right.
But the thing that was an aha for me was before I would have continuously just berated him and nagged him, made him feel bad. I don't know if I made him feel bad, but just not being kind about him sitting there watching golf on TV and me sitting out there. I would have been pouting. I would have been on the beach wondering what he's doing, this and that.
You would have used the whole day.
I would have
communicate how disappointed you were in the choice.
Or a lack of communication in the sense of being very quiet.
Right. Yeah. Communicating with your body.
Communicating body-wise. Oh yeah, and just being very quiet and being very. I do the whole silent
passive
treatment.
Aggressive.
Oh yeah, the whole silent treatment. Before that would have been my total MO.
Yeah.
So what was so beautiful was that right away I got the immediate get out of your head, get out of your story. What could you do to make this kind of blend together?
Right.
And he may not have even realized that he could even watch golf on TV on his phone outside on the beach. And so once I got out of my own way, I was like, oh, you can watch on your phone. He came outside, and then for the rest of the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday, we were sitting at the beach, and he was able to watch his golf.
Yeah.
And I was able to be out there with him, and we could kind of enjoy it together.
It's so good about this. It's just all the narrative that we have in our own minds. One, what you anticipated the vacation was going to look like.
Yes.
He's not communicated, but he has a total different story going on in his mind. For us as women, it's like, oh, we're spending time together.
Yeah.
It's family time.
Yeah.
You're going to be next to me.
Yeah, right.
And he's just thinking.
He's like, I just want to watch golf. I don't think he really even.
I just want to relax.
Yeah.
In a space where I don't feel like I have to do anything.
Right.
There's nothing.
It didn't matter if we were even in another location. Right. It was just he just wanted to relax, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you guys are taken care of. You're happy. You're enjoying the beach.
Yeah.
And so I can just sit here and enjoy this.
Right.
And it might not have had anything to do with you. Not to mention, he might have felt like if I go down there and watch golf while I'm sitting next to her, she's just going to think that's ignoring her. Would that be acceptable?
Right.
So maybe he's not even entertaining that idea.
Yeah.
Because that's something I would do.
Yeah.
Craig would try to be with me, but be not with me.
Yeah,
reading.
This
is what he does. He'll come.
Yeah.
But then he will escape in his own thing. And I start to get huffy.
Yeah.
Well, geez.
Yeah, right. You don't want to talk to me? Yeah.
Exactly. So that's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
So, of course, what does that teach him? I should not even be there.
Don't even engage because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right, exactly.
Isn't that crazy how much we kind of put on? Well, for me, I put so much on my husband, my poor husband, without me even really realizing it, and he just puts up with it. I'm like, how come he keeps putting up with this? He loves me. But I mean, it's really surprising because there was another situation that I was telling Lorianne about that again happened during our trip, which was another kind of behavioral thing that he does where, I have an idea in my mind of what we're going to go do. So I wanted to go shopping at this cute little square where we were staying. And we had to get an Uber to go there because we didn't rent a car. And so I had in my mind, okay, we're going to go shopping. It's a family vacation. There's nobody else around. Like my sisters weren't there. My mom wasn't there. Like other people who I would typically go shopping with. And my husband's not really a shopper. I mean, not many husbands are. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, it's our family vacation. We've already discussed it, okay, that we were all going to go do this. So that morning he springs it on me. Well, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to stay back and do some laundry. And I was like, say what? I was like, no, you're not. Like, again, I went into my immediate, no, in my mind, we're all going together. This is a family vacation.
This is not what we planned.
This is not what we planned, and I do not like surprises.
Right, exactly.
And you know this. We've been married for a long time.
Surprises. Right.
So the whole time I'm like, so mad and so upset. And, I huffed and puffed for a little bit and was just like, okay, fine. So what are you going to do? So I'm totally arguing with him and having this, and actually not even really arguing with him because he's quiet. And I'm just like, all at him. Yeah.
Right, because what happened in that moment?
Yeah.
It was a personal attack.
Yes.
You don't want to be with me.
Right.
We're not valued to you.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
yeah. Oh, no, I'm totally thinking the whole time.
All the triggers.
You're like, what are you doing right now? Why are you not going to be with us? What are you talking about? And why are you doing laundry on our vacation? What are you doing? Yeah. So again, my own story of what I'm thinking this situation, this vacation is supposed to be. So as he's getting ready, because I guilted him into getting ready, I have this if you could have approached it in a way that was, okay, you don't really want to go, why don't you just communicate that with me? What are your thoughts about this? Or you can say I'm thinking I don't really want to go because it's a girl's thing and da. And afterward, I was able to see that perspective. But of course, in the moment, I was not. But what's so amazing to me was I was able to see that very quickly and really step out of my agenda, my attachment, my idea of what this vacation was supposed to be, and be able to approach it with him and say, I'm sorry. I wish you would have been able to communicate that with me in another way and said, well, I just don't really want to go. These are my thoughts about it. What do you think, or whatever? And kind of allowing that to be that way. Maybe I'm not explaining it that well, but
way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're giving space to the moment. Again, it's realizing, whoa, what you just said pissed the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
Right. So you're immediately on him. Mm-hmm. And you're getting angry and letting that spew out. Yeah. Instead of being like, okay, that
what is
really
it? What is it?
Angry,
yeah. Why am I angry?
Which means underneath I'm hurt. Mm-hmm. What hurt me about that? Right. Give yourself space to figure that out. Yeah. And then go to him.
And then be able to talk to him about it
without
there being exactly. It's the conversation about it. And so later on, I was able to see that, and I did end up, talking to him later about, hey, how do you think the day went? He's like, I actually had a really good time. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot of him, maybe, again, thinking, him just being like, I don't know what this is going to be about. I don't really want to go, and not realizing that maybe it would be fun. And just being able to communicate that with me and express that to me. But I think so many times over our marriage, I haven't allowed that to happen because I've immediately attacked him. Right. And so he's probably scared to death to even say, hey, I don't really know if I want to go.
And so he just has to blurt it out at the last
That's so true. I never thought about that. My poor husband, my goodness.
Because I mean, that's what you're saying is you give him the cold shoulder, just with the beach thing. Right. You would have used the whole day
Yep.
to give them and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
the same way. I like a lot of body language. with
Yeah,
that
me
word.
too. Like huffing and puffing and like slamming dishes or whatever.
Exactly.
Like the whole thing. Like, are you paying attention to me? I'm
Yeah.
pissed. Can you see that I'm
Right,
pissed?
exactly. Come show me
Yeah.
how much you care about me
Yeah.
by pulling it out of me.
Right. Yeah. I know.
I don't know.
Like, who knows where that
stupid
logic
stuff that
comes
we
from.
do. But right, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
So it's like, and how long? And we've taught our husbands.
Yes.
I will do this
Until.
until.
That's hilarious.
So they're like, what's the shortest?
I know. What is the good time
When's
to
the
do
Uber
this?
gonna get
I
here?
know. Like, crap. Yeah. And then I could just push her away into the Uber and we'll talk later.
So it's like we've created our own.
Isn't that crazy?
Right?
Oh, it's so sad, but funny. I mean, it's just, but I mean, I can see it now, and it's so crazy because it's like,
Oh my gosh.
my goodness, we've trained our husbands to be
Totally.
these scared people to like
Yeah.
even come talk to us, but it's like all of this baggage that we have that we carry into our marriages that we don't even realize until we kind of like wake up to it and be like, oh my goodness, what have we done, you know? And then really having to like backtrack a lot of stuff that we've said and the expectations and all of that. So
And own your own feelings about it without making it about him. He didn't do that to you.
Exactly.
He didn't, like
he didn't do anything. He just showed me the opportunity for me to be able to feel it and express it and see it.
Exactly.
And that's this
And
actually
own
just
it and admit it to somebody else. I mean,
yes.
that's the hard part.
Well,
It's like,
having
whoa.
to be humble enough to tell that to your husband, like the other, like actually last night I had to kind of be humble and tell him another situation where we were talking and I immediately attacked him. Mm-hmm. And the whole day I'm sitting here going like, I have to apologize. I need to apologize because I'm like, he didn't do anything wrong. And I immediately attacked him. And that night I made sure I told him, I said, I'm really sorry about how I reacted and did that. He goes, you do that all the time. And I was like, oh, that was really hard to hear that.
And it's so hard not to come back and be like, look,
But
I'm
what do you mean? I'm
apologizing.
apologizing to
I
you. Don't you
know.
see?
Right.
But it was just like, I literally sat there and had to listen to it. And I was just like, you need to hear this because you have attacked him so many times when it wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And so being able to be humble enough to say it and then hear that, yes, you attacked me.
Yeah.
And didn't even allow this beautiful conversation to happen. Because like you and I were saying, like, what if he wouldn't have gone after you had the conversation? I think I probably would have been okay with it. Because it was allowing the conversation, his feelings to be expressed, my feelings to be expressed, and talk about it. And maybe he probably would have ended up going anyway, I'm thinking. But I wasn't even allowing that process to unfold. It was just an immediate attack. So what was beautiful for me is now I'm able to kind of see these moments and these reactions and these things. Sometimes it takes a little longer, sometimes it's a little quicker, but it's still like I'm glad I'm able to see these things and able to really see myself and see how I'm treating him. And
I mean, the whole giving yourself a break, again, when you're having that extreme reaction where you immediately want to attack or you're pissed or whatever, to just be like, notice it, observe it. Okay, wow, that
was
really
really
made me
strong.
mad.
Yeah.
And take a break, go do whatever, because we're always moving when
Yep.
you're mad.
Yeah.
Moving around.
Yeah.
And take that moment to be like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like if you loved me, you would want this, And then to go to them and be like, here's what I feel.
This is what I'm feeling.
And then they can be like,
I
wasn't even
thinking about that. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's so true.
It's so good. It reminds me, kind of, as you were telling the other story, it reminded me of a story that my mom told me, and I've told my kids, and they ask me to retell it all the time. But it's about that lack of communication, and how it can create so much suffering. So
it sure does.
there is this couple, this older couple who lived a quiet life together, and in the morning, the man would make toast for them. And of course, when they got to the end of the loaf, he would make the toast and he would give the wife the heel. And this happened over and over again. And meanwhile, the wife was like, why does he always give
You
me
always
the
give me the heel.
heel.
I don't like
The
that piece.
purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, that is so rude. You
Yeah.
know? Every single time he gives me the heel. And finally, he gave her the heel.
She
and
laid it
she
on him.
got pissed. And she was like, what? Every single time you give me the heel, I don't understand. That is so rude. And he looked at her, just innocent and kind, and said, the heel is my favorite part.
Oh, that makes me want to cry. Oh.
And so I always gave it to you.
Oh,
And it's
so
such
beautiful.
a beautiful story
Oh.
of like communicating.
Yes.
Because you may be missing a
and she had a
gift.
whole story of
She had
why he was giving her
exactly.
that and thinking it was a mean thing, but he was doing it out of love. Oh, I love
Yes.
that.
And
Oh.
so, and my kids love that story because it's
Yes.
what we do
Yeah.
all the time. You are
Our
in
loved
a
ones
story.
we just hurt. Not really on,
We
not
don't even
meaning.
realize,
We don't
yeah.
even know we're
But
doing
we
it.
assume they're coming at us maliciously, and
I
it's
know,
like
they're never
if you
doing
stopped
that.
for a second
Yeah.
and just asked them
Mm-hmm.
or shared how you were feeling
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
you might open up a whole gift that as
my
a way they're
gosh.
trying to give to you,
Yes.
and you don't even.
You didn't even know it.
You didn't even know.
You're
it. You
so in your
missed it.
head and you're so in
the
your
whole
story
time.
and the whole thing.
Mhm.
You're missing the entire gift.
Exactly. And so it's like, get out of your head.
Yes.
Get out of your story.
Yeah.
Ask,
Yeah.
talk, communicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's so key. It's so
Mhm.
important.
Mm-hmm.
I love those stories of
I
just
know.
how you process that with your
Yeah. Well,
communication.
as you're talking about that, I'm thinking, in the future when these are coming up, it's so difficult to feel in the moment. I mean, because I was just thinking about this conversation that Robert and I had the other night, and it took me almost 24 hours to really see. No, that's pretty, maybe exaggerating, but it took me a while to really see instead of in the moment.
Yeah.
Now it was a little bit quicker, I felt like, when we were on vacation, but I want to be able to take that step back, to be aware of that.
Yeah.
I think that'll come. I mean, I
Yeah.
think this is all just
Well,
kind of a
it's all- I mean,
process.
yeah. I mean, you've
the
already
fact
had
that I've been able
so
to
much
do
awareness. Exactly.
is huge. But it'll be interesting to see when it comes up in the moment the next time, and maybe just us talking about this and being able to express this part, and maybe it will come up
Yeah.
quicker
Yeah.
next time.
You'll
and
notice it
I'll
quicker.
notice it quicker,
Right, because we've
and be able to
processed
really
it.
correct it within that time that we're together, instead of a 24 hours later or moments later. Really correct in that moment. Be like, oh boy, that was really not what I meant. And
Right. Even to stop yourself. 'Cause that takes a
stop
lot
yourself.
of humility.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what? That's not how I wanted to respond.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard. I've had to do that
That's a
before
tough
too. Where
one.
be like, you know what?
Yeah.
Hang on. This
Yeah,
is
that's
who
not what I
wanted
wanted.
to be in this
Yeah,
moment.
to be able to really see that and feel that. So,
So good.
anyways, but yeah, that was
Yeah.
just a big moment. So,
Good to pay attention to how we treat each other and the stories we tell about each other.
Right.
And our spouses and
right,
everything.
for
So,
sure. Excuse me, especially our spouses.
Yeah,
Goodness.
absolutely. Good share. Thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah, thanks. All right.
Bye.